the last month of winter, Azerbaijanis celebrate 4 Wednesdays. In the present day, however, this tradition been largely forgotten in the larger cities of Iranian Azerbaijan. But in some areas, the tradition is still maintained. These 4 Wednesdays are referred to as Su Çərşənbəsi, Water Wednesday, Od Çərşənbəsi, Fire Wednesday, Yel Külək Çərşənbəsi, Wind Wednesday, and Axır Çərşənbə or Torpaq Çərşənbəsi, Earth Wednesday or the Last Wednesday. This tradition has been dedicated to the remembrance of the 4 major elements of the land: water, wind, earth, and fire. And on the night of each Wednesday, a celebration is held. Each of the Wednesdays that were just mentioned get their names based on the beliefs of the Turks of Azerbaijan that upon the arrival of spring and the conclusion of winter, the fire lights up, and then the wind spreads fire's warmth to the mountains, melting the snow. The water then flows to the foothills and the rangelands, giving the soil a new life. From this fertile soil, plants and vegetations begin to grow and a new life begins. This evening, we celebrate the Wednesday Eve of the Fire Wednesday. Fire has a place of oath and faith for the Azerbaijani Turks. Our grandfathers and grandmothers would say idioms like Od hakkı, ocak hakkı, ocağa and olsun, ocağın nurlu olsun. And when cursing the enemy, they would say ocağın sönsün, ocağın dağılsın. When disaster strikes a family, they'd say ocağı qaraldı, ocağı söndü. And the naughty person is sometimes called Baba ocağını kör koydu. Ancient places of worship were also considered as hearts. Some used to use phrases like ocak kimi adam to describe the elderly. Fire has become the burning heart of our Azerbaijan. This is why the name of our land is called Odlar Yurdu. As a symbol of the sun and the fire, on Il Bayramı or Novruz, eggs are painted red. A red cloth is tied to the middle of the sprouted wheat. Kosa is dressed in red, and so on. Each of the ethnographic observations we presently resonate with are from when the Turks worshipped the fire and their belief in the sun prior to that. This Wednesday Eve stems from the ancient people's belief in the sun and the fire. Long ago, people consecrated the sun because of some symbolic belief of the revival of the nature and warming the earth. In ancient times, people believed that the more they cherished the fire, the faster the nature warmed up and brought happiness to the people. But what did they do to celebrate Od Çərşənbəsi? On this Wednesday Eve, bonfires are lit. This is called Tongal Galamaq. People gathered around the bonfire and believed that through fire's rays and warmth, they'd live a happy and prosperous life in the new year. And especially by jumping over the fire, they'd get rid of the pain and burdens of the old. They would jump over the fire and say, Ağırlığım, uğurluğum, dərdim, bəlam bu oda tökülsün. Ağırlığım, bığırlığım burada qalsın. Diş ağrım, baş ağrım burada qal. Let my weight, my success, my sorrow, my trouble fall into this fire. Let my weight and my weaknesses stay here. Toothache, headache, stay here. Then they would take the ashes of the burnt wood from the fire and scatter them in the fields as a symbol of abundance and prosperity. This Wednesday Eve has other names too. The Wednesday Eve of the second week of the last month of winter is also known as Külək Çərşənbə, which means Dwarf Wednesday. Happy Od Çərşənbəsi! Od Çərşənbəniz Mubarak! Do not forget to jump over the fire and scatter the ashes in your backyard.